return of a single card on Card Shark. And if you play your cards right, you can win $32,000. And now, the host of Card Shark, Bob Eubanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to Card Sharks. And if you are ready from Circus Vargas, let's send in the clowns. And here they are. Lenny the Clown. There's Ace the Clown. Captain Buddy. Hobo. Squeakers! Billy the Clown! Marmalade! The Stooges! Ping Pong! Marty the Clown! And our two lovely dealers are with us every day on Card Sharks. There are no clowns. Here they are, Lacey Pemberton and Susanna Williams. What are you doing back there with those clowns?
I'm laughing at the cutest things. I wish I could juggle. I used to be able to, but I can't anymore.
Oh, yeah, you used to date 2 or 3 guys at the same time, didn't you? Yeah. If you would set
like
up the cards, let's get our Card Sharks in here. Come on, Scott and Nikki. How are you? Great. Scott is our champion, and Scott has won over $12,000 so far. Not too bad at all. And Scott, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm originally from St. Louis. I graduated from the University of Missouri, and I am player coach on our base softball team.
Wonderful. Good. Nice to have you back. Nikki, how are you today?
Fine. I'm Nikki Walker. I'm a sophomore at the California State University of Dominguez Hills, and I also have to work for a living. And I work as a customer service representative because I love people.
You love, well, if you've come to the right place, if you like people, there's a lot of people around here, and a chance to win a lot of money. So let's get it going. We're going to pick it up where we left off last time. We were in game number 1. I was ready to ask the second question, if you remember that. So, Nikki, the question goes to you. And our first question of the day involves our 10 clowns, our circus clowns down there. Aren't they a bunch, though, huh? Okay, Nikki, before the show, we asked these 10 clowns, did you have a successful business career before you became a clown? How many of these 10 clowns did have a successful business career?
Well, they look pretty funny to me. I think that they
Look like a bunch of bozos to me.
They look like they were more in for a fun time. Stuffy business, that didn't suit them. I'd say maybe 2.
2 of them had a successful business. Let's see what Scott says.
Wow, that's pretty low. I think that more of them probably were successful in business and just said, I don't like the business world and let's do something fun. So I think it's going to be higher.
Might be higher than that. Well, let's see. Actual number of these clowns who have had a successful business career is 1 of them. Only 1. Was it higher or was it lower? I'm surprised at that. Which one of you guys had a successful business? Hey, did you really, Squeakers?
Sure.
What'd you do, Squeakers?
Executive at ABC television programming.
Wait a minute now.
Over 25 years.
Oh. You were in what, daytime, nighttime, or what?
Nighttime and daytime.
And
earlier.
daytime, too?
Yes.
You were an executive at ABC television.
Yes.
25 years.
Yes.
Daytime television.
And nighttime.
No
prime
kidding,
time.
yes. Is Michael Brockman among you guys down there?
He was
Somebody
here. Where
please
is Mike?
check and see.
Is Mike here?
I don't know. Thank you, fellas. Nice to have you here. Okay. I love it. What a great training grounds.
Yeah.
Okay, Nikki.
Higher!
Pardon me?
Higher!
Oh, thank you. All right, higher. It is.
Lower!
Lower than the 10. No. Okay, Scott with a free chance. What do you got?
Lower.
Lower than the 9. Nope, not lower than the 9. Well, heck, we didn't make any progress at all. Why don't we pause for these words, and we'll be right back with our clowns, our contestants, and more Card Sharks right after this.
We were heading up. This is too hip for you. I'll slow down. Survey said
100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 more. Hold it!
continue with game number one between Scott and Nikki. And Scott, the next question belongs to you. According to a recent television report, a lot of engaged women are hiring private detectives to make sure their fiancés are being faithful. So we surveyed 100 single women. We asked them, would you do that before you got married? How many single women would hire a private detective to make sure their fiancé was being faithful?
Well, being recently married, I went through about a 6-month engagement, and I couldn't imagine my fiance hiring somebody to follow me. She was with me most of the time anyway. So I think that's going to have to be a pretty low number. I just can't imagine the distrust involved in that. So I would say that's going to be about 20 people.
20 out of 100, you say. Okay, let's see what Nikki says.
Boyfriend, and I just absolutely love him to death.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Does he know that?
Of course he does. Yes. And I think that if you can't trust him, you don't need him. And plus, it costs too much money.
That's right.
Lower. I say much lower.
Some things you just don't want to know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actual number of single women who would hire a private detective to make sure their fiancé was being faithful is 11 of them. You're right, Nikki. It was lower. All right, Nick. Here we go. You got the deuce. That's your card. Here we go. Higher than the deuce. Jack. Lower. No. Boy, the lady can't make any progress with the 9. Scott, it's up to you.
Okay, let's go lower.
Lower than the 9. You got it.
Higher.
If it's higher, you win game number 1. You do. Look at that. So there's another $100 out of your total, Scott. And game number 1. Nikki, you know what you got to do now.
Catch up.
Yeah, you got to catch up.
Right.
Win this next game here. Okay, Susanna's going to deal out cards from the same deck, and let's get game number 2 going right now. Nikki, this is yours. Surveyed 100 people who live next to the San Andreas Fault. We asked them, if scientists predicted a major earthquake along the San Andreas Fault sometime, or San Andreas, I guess it is, fault, sometime in the next 5 years, would you live there anyway? How many people would stay even if the scientists predicted a major earthquake?
Well, I think they like where they're living, else they would move because it's dangerous. We've been having a lot of earthquakes anyway. And I guess living in California, earthquakes come and go every day. So it's no big deal. And they always say it's a big one, but we haven't got it yet. So I say it's going to be, how many people would?
Yeah, how many people would stay even if the scientists predicted a major earthquake?
42.
42? Let's see what Scott said.
Ever since I've been out here, I moved out here about 2.5 years ago, and I've been hearing the big one's going to hit, the big one's going to hit. I haven't seen it yet. I don't think people pay much attention to what the scientists are saying. So I would have to say that's going to be higher.
Think it's going to be, okay. You see, what you folks in the East don't realize is that we tell everybody there's major earthquakes out here so that not everybody will move out here. I mean, that's the whole story. I mean, I saw the news a minute ago in Oklahoma City. They had a tornado and trucks are stacked up. If that ever happened out here, why people would say, my God, California's going into the ocean. No way. We're just kidding you back in New York. The actual number of people who would continue living next to the San Andreas Fault, even if the scientists predicted a major earthquake, is 93. Yeah. We're not afraid. I'm scared to death. Scott, look here. 6.
Let's change that, Bob.
Oh, okay. 6 will now be a jack.
Okay, lower.
Lower than the jack, 9.
Lower.
Lower than the 9, 8.
Freeze.
Freeze. All right. We will freeze on the 8, and we'll go on to another question. Scott, this is an educated guess question. In the early 1800s, people did their long-distance traveling by stagecoach. Now, what was the average speed of a stagecoach? And please give me your answers in miles per hour.
Wow,
opposed to inches and yards.
I've walked behind stagecoaches in Wild West shows and that type of thing, and they move pretty slowly. I would think that they couldn't move, well, I would say they move about 8 miles an hour.
8 miles an hour. Nikki, what do you say, higher or lower than that, hon?
It's going to be faster. Horses, I love horses, and they're a little bit faster than that, I think.
You think it's going to be what, higher or lower than?
Higher.
Higher, all right. Average speed of a stagecoach is 10 miles per hour. Yes, it was. A little bit higher. Okay, Nikki, you have catching up to do, kid. There's your first card. It's a 9.
Change it.
Yeah, let's see if we have a good card for you. 7.
Higher.
Higher than the 7. Got an 8 now.
Freeze.
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 Lady's going to do it one card at a time. That's all. Okay. We'll pause. We'll be right back with more Card Shark right after this. Attention you. We surveyed 100 married women and we asked them, were you ever more passionately in love with an old boyfriend than you are now with your husband? Oh. How many married women said they have been more passionately in love with an old boyfriend?
Well, I'm not married, but it seems like I'm married.
What do you mean?
My boyfriend's with me every day.
Oh, that's nice.
And he's just around all the time, and he expects a lot of things, I guess. Not like that. He just, we have a good time, and I really love him a lot, and all the things we do are like married people do. So, what was the question again?
Really doesn't matter. I just wanted you to spill your guts on national television, that's all. How many married women said they've been more passionately in love with an old boyfriend than they are their husband?
Well, things seem better in the old days before, and I think a lot of women don't really know what they want or who they really love.
Which question are you answering this time, Nikki?
Okay, I'm going to answer you. I think that it's going to be about 52.
52 out of 100 married women said they've been more passionately in love with an old boyfriend. Scott?
I've never been more passionately in love with anyone. And I know my wife's never been more passionately in love with anyone, so I'd say it's got to be lower.
Lower than that, okay. Actual number of married women who have been more passionately in love with an old boyfriend than they are now with their husband is 18 of them. Yeah, lower. Certainly. Okay, Scott, we'll give you the 8 now.
Let's change that,
Change
Bob.
that 8. 8 becomes a 7.
Higher.
Higher than the 7 it is.
Lower.
If it's lower, you're the champ again. And you There you go. Congratulations to you, Scott. Another 2 games for you, another championship. Oh, heck, Nikki.
I know.
Oh, don't feel sad. We hope you had a good time.
Yeah, I did.
We have some nice prizes, and that guy you're going with must be a very lucky guy. Really.
Thank you.
Okay, bye, Nikki. We'll see you. Come on, Scott. Way to go.
Thank you.
All right. So, Lacey and Susanna are going to come back in now, deal out a deck of cards that you cut earlier, and you know all the rules this time. You know you can win a lot of money over there. In fact, you can win as much as $32,000 by the turn of a single card, and we've added some jokers to the deck also, so keep in mind that there's 2 jokers in there, actually. Whenever a joker pops up, that simply gives you another chance of winning that brand new car. You won 2 games, that means you are a champ, so we will give you 1 chance for sure of winning that car. Susanna's got a joker for you. You change 1 card per line. You got all the rules, so let's give them the money to bet with. Can we do that? $200? There we go. Okay, Scott. Last time you did real well. Let's see what you do this time. First card is a deuce. You're on your way, guys.
All of it higher.
Yeah, all of it higher than the deuce. 7 is yours, 400.
Let's change that with number 3.
Number 3. Hey, Lace, what do you got this time? 7 is a king. 400.
All of it lower.
All of it lower than the king. Yes, it is. $800.
Let's go $50 higher.
$50 higher than the 7. Hello there. There's another chance of winning that car. Susanna, hang on to that for me, please. Can I have another card, Lace? Okay. Now, what you bet this time, Scott?
$50 higher again.
$50 higher again, and it is again. $850, 400 up here, $1,250.
I'll go $1,000 lower.
$1,000 lower than the king. Got it. $2,250. Player change.
I'll change that with number 2.
Number 2. Okay. See what Lacy has. 10 is now a 9. $2,250, Scott.
$100 lower.
$100 lower than the 9. There you go.
All of it higher.
This is getting to be fun, isn't it? Yeah, gonna bet it all. Sure, why not? The 6 comes up here. Player change the 6.
Okay, let's change that.
All right. Now, the 6 becomes a 9. Not very good change cards, but let me tell you, you've got $4,700. Rules say you got to bet at least half. In this case, $2,350.
Okay, I'll go half lower, Bob.
Half of it lower? $2,350 lower than the 9. You've done it. Yes, sir. $7,050 added to your total. Doing just fine. You're now at $19,450 in cash. But we're not done. Thank you, Susanna. We've got 2 jokers for you this time. This is fun, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Now, 7 numbered cards. Behind one of them is the word car. This is the car you can win today. Gene?
The Dodge Shadow 3-door coupe has practicality, style, and a hot performance. Features standard equipment, popular equipment package, and California emission. Good luck, Scott.
Okay, Scott, go find that car. You win the car. The man's won over $19,000 in cash. Number 1 and number 5. All right, good luck to you. We hope you win the car. Is the word car behind number 1? If it is, he goes home in a brand new one. Behind number 1 is the word no. Then is it behind number 5? Behind number 5 is the word car. $$28,351 cash and prizes, and we'll be back with more Card Sharks after this. Yeah, that's my wife. That's my wife. Oh, wow.
The costumes are fake, but the deals are real. Let's make a deal. Weeknights at 7:30, only on Buzzer.
$51 cash and prizes. Whoa! It's time to meet a new challenger. This pretty lady's name is June.
Congratulations.
Hi, June.
Hi, Bob.
How are you today?
Very good, thank you.
Tell us about June.
I'm June Snyder. I am an ex-Marine and an ex-stewardess, and I live with my husband of 34 years and our son, and a 7-foot boa constrictor, an iguana, and a 16-year-old pet duck named Sunny.
If your husband asked you to get rid of your pets,
No.
if I was your husband, I would ask you to get rid of your pets. I want you to know that. 7-foot iguana. Huh? All right, let's get it started. Susanna's got the cards dealt out, and we're going to start game number 1, Scott, with you. And this question involves our 10 clowns in our studio audience. So here we go. Now, before the show, Scott, we asked these 10 clowns, has a policeman ever pulled you over while you were wearing your clown costume? How many of these 10 clowns have been pulled over by a policeman while wearing their costume?
These guys probably hurry to the show quite a bit, so they look like a bunch of speeders. I would say. No,
They look like what?
speeders. Fast lane.
Yeah, they look like they live in the fast lane, all right.
Well, it might be low. I'll say 3 of them have.
3 of them have been pulled over while wearing their clown costumes. Okay, June?
Well, I have a feeling these guys are really clowns, so they'd probably do something like this on purpose. Try to see what they could do with this cop. I think it might be just a little bit higher.
A little bit higher than that? Let's see. Actual number of these clowns who've been pulled over by a policeman while wearing their costume is 1. Only 1. Only 1. Which one of you guys did this happen to? Who was it? Hey, Stooge. Where were you? How did it happen? What happened?
I was in between shows on my way to a convenience store, and I ran a red light, and he pulled me right over.
You don't go to the convenience store in that clown outfit, do you?
I have to get clown stuff, baby powder, makeup, all kinds of stuff like that.
You buy your makeup at the 7-Eleven? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, baby powder, but not makeup. Q-tips, too.
Oh, I see. Okay. Gentlemen, thank you. It's really fun having you with us. Thank you very much. All right. Scott, you ready? There we go. 5.
Higher, Bob, higher.
Is it higher than the 5? Certainly.
Lower.
Lower than the Queen. You got it.
Higher.
Higher than the 6. Yeah.
Lower.
If it's lower, you win the game, and you do. And the card. Game number 1. Again, you're hot, man. You're hot. All right. We'll be right back with more Card Sharks right after this. June, you're going to have to win that first game in order to stay in the match. All right. I know you'll both be back with us. And our circus clowns, our gentlemen from Circus Vargas will be back with us tomorrow, too. And we thank them very much for helping us with our show all this week. So it's going to be fun. Hope to see you next time. For Susanna Williams, Lacey Pemberton, Gene Wood, and the whole gang, I'm Bob Eubanks saying thank you very much for watching Card Shark. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson television production.